everybody, welcome back, and it's the RetroNatics, and Happy New Year to you. It is now 2020. Today is the, 24th? 24th, January 24th, 2020. And we're bringing you just a quick video tonight about our little adventure out to PAX South, I believe it's called, PAX South 2020, because of course it's held here in Texas.
Stands for Penny Arcade Expo.
Penny Arcade Expo, yes. If you guys saw our 2018 video about that year's PAX, you kind of already have an idea of what we're going to talk about tonight. I will go ahead and let you kick it off, man. This was our second time to go. We went on Saturday the 18th. I took my wife. It was her first time to go. And she agreed with me, man, this is such an overwhelming show. The lights, the sounds, the people, the crowds, everything. But again, I had a great time, better than 2018. What about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we were basically trying to warn your wife that it's going to be like an audio visual, like, you know, there's going to be a lot going on.
But,
you know, so we let her know right beforehand, and of course it never failed. You know, we went there, huge crowd. We went on our Saturday, and you know, usually by the weekend everyone's, you know, out of work, so they're able to actually, participate in stuff like this, even with other conventions like Alamo Comic-Con. But to us it wasn't too bad because we went really early in the morning and we were able to actually cover a lot of ground and stuff. We already let her know that there are 3 levels to this. It's at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center in San Antonio. Really huge place. And it didn't fail us this year either. You know, like, we went there, we had a fun time, and we were trying to tell, you know, his wife, you know, okay, here's a few of the areas that we want to check out just so that you can take a look. They of course had the tabletop area, you know, like it's always booming and stuff by you know, midday and stuff. But we had a good chance to take a look around, and we did see some board games that kind of called our attention, and we did see the Die Hard you know, tabletop game. And you know, we made a joke with one of the guys that was looking at that. You know, he made a joke like, you can only play this
in December.
Yeah, during Christmas. Yeah. And anyway, we were like, okay, we're going to come back to that. I mean, we might even pick it up. But we went to other like booths and stuff that had, you know, their own like indie, I don't know if you want to call them indie tabletop stuff or just indie games. But Jose, you were able to actually see, you know, a couple of games.
Yeah, so I went ahead and I purchased 2 games out there. Actually, I only purchased one. My wife ended up buying me a second one later that day as kind of a little surprise gift to me. So, one of the ones I got is called Drinks with Frenemies, and this is the original edition. And I'd hate to say it, I don't know what these games are like yet. I think they follow something along the lines of like Cards Against Humanity, which if they do, I know we're going to have a really good time with this. So we are going to definitely have to set up a game night, invite a couple more of our friends over, get some drinks on, and start playing these games. The one that she ended up getting me as a surprise is this one called Joking Hazard, and as you see, it stars Cyanide and Happiness. And man, I tell you, I love those cartoons. They always make me laugh. Very politically incorrect, and to me, that's the selling point on them. That's why I love them.
Yeah, and we had a chance to just walk around. They had hardware expos like they do in previous years and stuff. I guess we just really paid more attention to it because it was a bigger area. But we got to see certain PC, like whether or not it was Alienware or not, but they actually did do a lot with the hardware. They made it kind of very, like, you know, visually, I don't know, you know, visually expressive, visually stimulating. They had a whole bunch of neon stuff set in, you know, put into it and stuff. Like I mentioned before, there's just a whole bunch of tables with merchandise. And we stumbled upon one that was, you know, I'm a Street Fighter fan. I've been a Street Fighter fan since I was growing up and stuff, a teenager. And I finally got a chance, you know, I haven't really dipped any money into the arcade 1-up scene, but I finally got a chance to see the cabinet for Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. And the guy just had it in the background, but he was really selling Street Fighter shirts. And I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I've seen it. They kind of look like your jerseys, you know, like a soccer jersey and stuff. But he was telling me, okay, we're having a championship this weekend. If you get the top score, you win a free t-shirt. He's like, go ahead and give it a shot. So I finally got to test it out. And, you know, I made a joke after the fact. I got up to like maybe 4 people. Like, I beat 4 people, and I think Guile or whoever it was kicked my butt. But I was like, you know what, I'm good here. I got the top score on this list here. And then, you know, I was like, forget it. You know, even if I didn't win top score, I'm going to go ahead and get a shirt. and I got a Sagat shirt and everything. I just didn't wear it today, you know, for the video. But, you know, I made the joke. I was like, okay, yeah, I was a little bit handicapped because the controller wasn't really like responding as it should. I couldn't back up or anything like that, which truly did remind me of the arcade days, because as a kid walking into the arcade, sometimes you'd have a controller that didn't work and stuff, but hey, you had to play a game kind of like, you know, with half movement and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, that was that, but I had fun with that little area.
So of course we saw cosplayers. There's always cosplayers at the PAX event. You get your general people who, you know, wear a simple costume or whatnot. You get the idea of what they're trying to be, and then you get some people who really go all out, and they have these awesome exotic costumes on there. I mean, that you know that they put their heart into it, and it's fantastic to see that. Remember in 2018 we saw the girl who she was posing as a character from Overwatch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She had the little robotic wings and stuff like that. That was really cool.
Certain games, you know, that they try to kind of promote. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's been doing well for years. They had your Fortnite screens, you know, people playing Fortnite. And they had like one game, I always forget, Secret Neighbor, or was it like a...
Well, they had a little booth for Secret Neighbor, which I'm not sure why. Secret Neighbor, of course, came out back in October of 2019. We didn't stick around to take a look at what was going on with that. We did snag one of the little masks that they had there. I'm sorry for promo, but we just didn't stick around to see what was going on with it, because there were so many people there lined up, and I've never played the game, the first game, which was Hello Neighbor, so I have no idea what it's about. However, I know for you got pretty excited for the announcement of Streets of Rage 4,
right?
Which of course. The last Streets of Rage game, Streets of Rage 3, came out back in '94. Man, we were freshmen in high school back then. We did see upstairs they had a console room, so they had some very old school consoles up there. They had the current gen consoles as well. We saw people playing all sorts of various games. We saw this one couple playing a little musical game, which I thought looked kind of cool because they actually had drums. I mean, I know today now we're used to Guitar Hero and whatnot with the guitar. But these guys actually had little drums. They're drumming away, they're clapping and stuff like that, and it's going to the beat. It looked really cool. And then a few tables down, there was some guys playing. What was it?
I think it was Mech Warrior,
or something like that.
So this little area is basically like a gaming cafe, but with the old. I think, you know, your wife was explaining, it's like a digital library. Well, not really, but you just check out the system, right, and then you can plug in the game or whatever you want to do. So this is original Xbox. You know, original Xbox hardware. Everyone got their little like network together and stuff. It could have been Mech Warrior. I don't know what it was, but it had the console. It had the you know, the control sticks and stuff, and it was set up all throughout like maybe 2 tables. But yeah, we're just watching this thing. We're not even going to participate. But yeah, we're seeing these people creep in and, you know, shoot each other up. This game's probably 16, 17 years old and stuff, but we're still amazed that, you know, like it had such a fan base and stuff. You know?
That's pretty good. Now, the one thing we did notice missing this year that was present back in 2018 was a vintage arcade room where they had the actual arcade cabinets of old school video games in there, like Ninja Turtles and Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, what have you. This year, unfortunately, that was not present, so we don't know what happened or why it wasn't there. Alright guys, well, that's our quick overview about PAX 2020. Again, it was a lot of fun. We're already looking forward to next year. But even sooner than that, we are looking forward to Pinball Festival in March. Hopefully we're going to be able to make it up to Frisco for that event, and we'll give you a little insight into that event as well. So just stay tuned with us, and sorry our video is a little shaky. Obviously it has been a while since we made one of these, and we're just trying to get back to the swing of it. We have been so busy, you know, life happens, but hey, we're going to do what we can do and keep bringing you more content about events going on around here and throughout Texas. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Have a good one.